Your reasons for listening to the show, well, those are your own. But just keep in mind that the views, information, or opinions expressed on the Tuttle Daily Podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of our sponsors. Yeah, it's called free speech, people. Nobody's forcing you to listen. One-of-a-kind shades made to order by VaporShades.com. Vapor Shades designs the outer layer of the sunglasses just like a wrap on a car. They customize your sunglasses, marbling the paint. The end result is no two pair of sunglasses are alike. Yours will be completely unique to you. Check us out at VaporShades.com. Use promo code Tuttle for 15% off your entire order. Get ready for your daily dose of Tuttle.
The all-time greatest intern/producer we've ever had, of course, Tuttle. Tuttle in Florida.
From the Vapor Shades Hobo Fish Camp, it's the Tuttle Daily Podcast.
Anarchy! Anarchy! Anarchy!
No wonder nobody likes you, Tuttle. Everything's a goddamn debate.
Welcome to another edition of the Tuttle Daily Podcast. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Go to my website, Tuddle.net. That's Tuttle with two D's, TUDDLE.net. Now, something that I'm really trying to build, and I tweeted this out last night. I will never, ever be able to repay and thank the supporters of the Tuttle Daily Podcast for helping this show grow. Any of the other stuff that I've ever tried to do online, I've always been on a radio show to be able to promote my online content. Now I haven't had that. The growth of this podcast has all come from you guys, the supporters, telling your friends, family, loved ones, neighbors, coworkers, whatever it may be. It's all growing because of you, but now I want to start building up more of my YouTube channel. I don't want you to think that I'm going to go away from doing this podcast, because I'm not. I'm doing both. But I want to just build it and build it and build it, because the YouTube channel is going to promote the podcast. The podcast is going to promote the YouTube channel. So if you could go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tuttle, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell button, because when you hit that bell button, you're going to get alerted, because guess what? Every night at 7, I do a live stream on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tuttle. Please help me spread the word. Help me get my numbers up there, get monetized, and get paid. So if you've been following my radio career for any amount of time, you know that I've worked with some of the biggest names in Central Florida radio. I've worked with Russ Rollins, Bubba the Love Sponge, Mike Calta, Ron and Fez. I've even helped out Tom and Dan. But one of the truest things that I've ever learned from all of them, the most truest words spoken, were from Drew R. Garabo. One of the things he always brought up is never ask me to help you move. He said, I would rather pay for a moving company to come and move your shit, but do not ask me. You're not a true friend, and you're an asshole if you ask somebody to help you move. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm calling my friend Colton an asshole. No, because I would help him do anything at all. But I actually spent the weekend with Colton, and I had to go over and get my meds and stuff. But when I got over there late. He was like, "Hey man, do you want to make a little extra money?" And I'm like, "Sure. Is it legal?" And I don't want you to think that Colton's doing illegal things, but when somebody in Pasco County asks you, "Hey, do you want to make some extra money?" It's usually, "Hey, do you want to do some sexual favors for me or buy some drugs?" No, that was not the case. His neighbor Mark, I guess, lives on the cul-de-sac where he lives at, needed help moving. Now, when somebody says help, that means that the person that you're helping move is actually going to do some physical labor. Now, that was not the case here. Helping is just moving a few big things, which that is what it was supposed to be originally. Hey, I'm going to move the couches, the big stuff. I'll get all the other small things. So we get there, it's Friday night, we're working for a couple of hours, okay? We get the big stuff out of there, couches, stuff like that, And the guy got the smallest rental van that you could get originally. Hey, here's a tip, people. Don't cheap out and get the smaller van or moving truck because you're going to have to make more trips. They get you on mileage. You're going to have to fill it back up. So you get the biggest truck that you can so you can get every single thing in one load. Now, we did that load at night. Now, we did that. That was fine. Oh, here's the other thing, okay? He used a certain storage company, and we passed one to get to the one that he actually had his stuff stored at. I mean, come on, man. Use some goddamn common sense here. Why wouldn't you store your stuff in the closer storage? No, we had to drive an extra 5 or 10 more miles. Now, this is where it gets really, really bad. He ended up returning that truck, the small one, and then he wanted us to help us move the other stuff. Now, keep in mind, people, we were only supposed to move the big stuff. We were only supposed to move the big stuff. He wanted us to help him move all the small little things. Back to helping. When you're helping somebody move, the shit should already be boxed up. And when I tell you garbage, this guy was a hoarder. There was some shit in there. I was like, why are you even keeping this stuff? And he was one of those crazy Christmas holiday people that kept decorations. Horrible decorations, by the way. We ended up having to box up stuff. We ended up having to load up stuff. And this guy did not help us lift a single fucking thing. And then when we got to heavy stuff, oh, he mysteriously got text messages. He mysteriously got phone calls. And the worst part about it is, hey, if you're not going to help us, give a little bit of leadership. Tell us what you need moved. Nope. The guy wanted to sit around and chit-chat, go through things. He was deciding on what he wanted to keep. This is all stuff that should have been done beforehand. It wasn't. We were only supposed to help him out for an hour. We had to go give him a ride to go pick up the U-Haul truck, had to drive his shitty piece of shit Suburban or whatever it was back there. This is the other thing. When we're busy moving, I don't know what your obsession over your goddamn German Shepherd is, but don't bring him everywhere. We don't need him in the truck. We don't need him in the moving van. We don't need a goddamn dog getting in the way when we're trying to load stuff from a truck into your storage unit. Now, keep in mind, this was only supposed to be a one-night thing. We were nice guys. We told him we would help him out the next day, not realizing we were going to have to move every piece of goddamn shit. Just trinkets, just wasteful stuff, garbage. Hoarder. And I got to tell you, this house was so dirty. That goddamn German Shepherd of his sheds like a Yeti. And there's hair everywhere. We had to move the washer and dryer, and let me tell you what, man, it was like a fucking science experiment behind the washing machine and stuff. Black mold, just clumps. It looked like the washer and dryer was on carpet. No, it was dog hair. It was all dog hair. And I was thinking, why are we even just moving all this horrible stuff that you obviously don't need? And I'll get to that story later on here, okay? But what I'm trying to say is, you're definitely not getting your deposit back on this house because it is a wreck. I would have just left everything in there that I did not want and say, have at it. Do what you want with it. I've already lost my deposit, but nope. We loaded on the second day a 27-foot U-Haul truck. I think that might be one of the biggest ones they got. And we filled it all the way to the brim. To the fucking brim. We started at 10 a.m. Now, we didn't start moving at 10 a.m., but we were on the clock at 10 a.m. because we had to drive him to go pick up the U-Haul truck. Once again, drive back in his shitty Suburban. And there's some things. I won't even get into that. But if you're going to let me drive your truck and you're being an asshole, we're definitely going to look through all your shit. And you know what? I did. Colton didn't. But I did. I looked through it. I got to tell you, do not drink after this guy, if you know what I mean, because you'll get the gift that keeps on giving. But back to my story. So we loaded all this garbage into a 27-foot truck. Get it to the U-Haul, okay? Once again, the guy does not help us at all. Every time we need help, he's either getting a text message or has to make a phone call, or he's looking through the stuff that we already loaded into the U-Haul truck. So why are you looking through the stuff that we already loaded up? Did not help us one single time. We got to the point. Now, it's rolling on 4 o'clock now, people. We've been working from 10 to 4. We were getting pissed. Really pissed. There was this one little shelf that, those stackable ones that are made out of plastic, and it needed to be broken down. And the guy could not even be bothered to do that. And me and Colton, I was like, out of principle, man, I am not breaking down that shelf. Fuck it. Not doing it. Not going to do it. Then we got to the point where when we first started, we were nice and gentle. It's like we were playing real life Tetris, stacking all of the stuff into the storage unit so we had enough room. Towards the end, we were like, fuck it. Every piece of furniture we were moving, because it was a very narrow hallway. We were hauling ass. We didn't care what got scuffed up. We didn't give a fuck what happened. But we got it all in there. We did. But guess what? A lot of that garbage that I told you about, he didn't want to put that in storage. So we had to reload it back onto the U-Haul truck. I hate doing things twice, people. Why in the fuck would we put it on the truck to take it to the storage unit if we're just going to reload it back onto the truck, and then we got to follow your happy ass to Goodwill? Goodwill actually has standards of things that they will and will not take. They took the furniture, like this big-ass dresser, where all the drawers were out of it. And this is how fed up Colton was. Oh, and by the way, this stuff is going to Goodwill. This table, he had this marble table, which I'm telling you right now, I would bet you 108 balls have been done off of this big marble table that we moved. And me and Colton just slung that shit right off the truck because it was going to Goodwill anyways. The guy didn't want it. And he got mad because he said we cracked his little marble table. I'm like, bitch, you're about to give it to Goodwill. Why do you care? So then we get that cabinet out of there and the drawers weren't in it. He asked Colton, hey, Colton, can you put the drawers in there? No, you can do it yourself. And we just got in and we bolted. We were like, peace out, dubs. We only got paid $100 fucking dollars. Keep in mind, first night, 2 hours, then 10 to 4 the next day. And then after me and Colton splitting it, 50-50, we both made about, well, together, if you just take the 50, we made even lower, but combined, me and Colton made about $6.10 an hour for doing this stuff. Now, this is the kicker. This is what really set Colton off. We get done unloading all the shit. He's like, man, I'm thirsty. I got to stop at the store. Remember, he's got his dog with him. We're like, all right, cool. Let's see if he buys us anything to drink. We knew from the start. We were like, this motherfucker is not going to buy us any drinks. Water, Gatorade, Powerade, whatever it may be. He comes out, because he's in the U-Haul van, or big-ass 27-foot truck, with his dumbass dog in there. He comes out. He got himself a Gatorade and a water for the dog. Guess what he got me and Colton? Dog Piss Willie. Out of everything, even only getting paid the little that we did, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And then the guy the next day had the balls to ask us, oh, keep in mind, I had to get my car fixed. I was supposed to get my car fixed on Saturday. And I couldn't do that because I was busy all day for slave wages, helping this guy move his bullshit. Some of it I had to put on the truck 2 or 3 different times, and I couldn't get that done. So Sunday, I had to get new tires put on the old PT. And the guy came out, hey, can you help me? I need to drop off this U-Haul truck. And we were just flat out, nope, can't do it. Because we were busy all day. The water, like, I think me and Colton would have been cool. We would have been like, all right, you know what? We probably should have negotiated the price beforehand. But when you're saying help, it means you're already going to have the stuff boxed up, and you're actually going to help us move stuff, which he did not at all. But the water thing, we probably would have helped him the next day, but we didn't, because you didn't buy us a fucking water. 99 cents. I didn't even need the good stuff. I didn't need smart water. Get me that 7-Eleven brand water with the cheap-ass top on it. Most of the time, the bottle is so cheap, when you open up the top, the water gets all over you. Yeah, you should have bought us water, and maybe we would have brought you back the U-Haul truck. But the weekend was not lost, because I got some of the best content that I've gotten in a really, really long time. Colton's buddy, Doc owns a humongous liquor store that is right next to the University of South Florida campus. Now, you're probably like, Tuttle, aren't you an alcoholic? Yeah, I am an alcoholic. Do you think it's a great place to be able to go and hang at a liquor store? I mean, that's like a crackhead going to a trap house. No. It does not bother me to be around alcohol anymore. When I first stopped drinking, yeah, it did. It bothered me. But now I can be around it. But we went there, and it's just a gathering. It's almost, I could compare it to a black barber shop, and they all get together and play dominoes. I never played dominoes, and I wanted them to teach me, and I kind of commentated the domino match between Doc and his buddy, his general manager of the liquor store. And I'm wearing a mask when I'm doing this interview, by the way, and they're all wearing masks. I just don't want you to think, oh, Tuddle's at a liquor store, he's drunk. No, I'm wearing a mask the whole time. But I commentate, I ask questions about dominoes, how it's played. I made some very uncomfortable jokes that maybe they did not like. But I got to tell you, this is like the World Series of Poker, the way I commentated and teach you about dominoes. And that's coming up next on the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
He's a nerd,
I've only been arrested one time.
a radio personality,
Professionally, I'm not in the best position that I've ever been in.
and hot talk satirizer.
You would think with everything that's going on, a Caucasian like myself wouldn't be able to randomly talk to an African American or a minority.
You're listening to the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Wish you could have just flown and had your vehicle arrive a day or two later so you can enjoy more time doing what's important to you? Well, you can. Just give Starfire Transport a call. Let the professionals do the driving while you're flying. Starfire Transport specializes in RV and auto transport. They'll also haul watercraft from boats to PWCs, cargo trailers, and more. Service available throughout the continental United States. So don't wait. Call Brian today at 574-349-4193 or 989-751-6106 for your next move. 10% off for veterans past or present. Also, make sure to tell them Tuttle sent you for an additional discount. That's Starfire Transport. Do you have something you want to say?
Hey, what kind of preacher is you?
Leave Tuttle a voicemail,
Cause you kind of ignorant.
especially if you think he's being an asshole.
No-legged bitch.
Will your hurtful comments offend Tuttle?
No, baby.
Call the show at 407-270-3044.
No, baby.
So if birds are real, where are the baby pigeons? Have you ever seen one? I didn't think so.
All right, guys, welcome to the Tuddle Daily Podcast. I'm hanging out in Tampa. Where are we at right now, my friend? Explain and tell people who you are.
I am Doc, and I'm the owner of Bulls Wine and Spirits on Fletcher 56, right next to USF campus. Come through. We have the best prices. You'll have a good time here.
What's great about your place is you can Uber your drinks here, correct?
Yes, we are on Uber Eats. Just on your Uber Eats, type in Bulls Discount Beverage, and they'll bring it right to your front door.
All right, so I saw you guys. Now, are you playing Dominoes, or what game are you playing right now?
We are playing Dominoes. We're playing Seven Bones.
All right, so Seven Bones. Give me a couple of the different games you can play.
Well, you can play 9 at a time if you're playing with sixes, or they can go all the way up to 9. But we're playing sixes. So there's X amount of dominoes on the board.
How many people can play at one time?
4 people. And they all have 7 apiece.
So what is the objective? Just give me the basic objective. How do you win?
By dominoing. By you having the last bone in your hand, and everybody else has one.
Who is your friend here?
This is my brother, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing out there? My name's Kevin. I am the general manager out here at Bulls Liquor, and we just sitting up here having some fun and just chilling.
Now, I don't want to get into like details and stuff, but you guys say you kind of have like a tradition. You guys talk about your day. You know, you drink a little Hennessy, and then you play some dominoes here. Is that something you guys have been doing for a while?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Me and my brother, we've been kicking it since, I was a teenage year. So it's some stuff that we always been doing, and, it's tradition, and, we always got to keep towards tradition.
Be honest, are you better than him?
Oh, I kick his ass all the time.
First of all, that's bullshit, okay? Because obviously I'm the better domino player, but he sucks. So I don't know what to say.
All right, so what do you do? Mix them up here. Now, you guys just playing. I'm gonna ask questions and stuff. Okay.
It's called washing the dishes. So this is what we're gonna do now.
See, I'm gonna get this down. So you know. All right, so now since the dishes are washed, okay, who dries them? Do you pick next?
It's not like that.
It was a joke. Dry.
I know that. That was a terrible joke, but it was still a good one.
Hey, do you want to see? I gotta be cool around here, man. Okay, see, because I don't want to overstep any boundaries. I'm in y'all's place. All right.
All right. So the next step after you wash the bones, everybody just pours in. You pull your 7 bones out. So that's what we're gonna do right now.
Now, who's this third player? Is it just 1-on-1 right now? Like, is he? Okay, yeah. Okay, all right, cool. I want a 1-on. And trash talking is a must on this. Okay?
That's mandatory in Dominoes. What the hell are you talking about? Shit.
All right, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna kind of commentate. You guys just do what you're doing now. Wait, so you don't alternate? Like you just grab 7?
Yeah, you grab 7, and in the first game, whoever has the double 6 goes first.
In the game, double 6 is the highest bone in the game of bones. So since that's being said, you play the double 6. Now, if neither of us, since it's just 2 of us instead of 4, whoever does have the double 6, you go down to the double 5, double 4, and so forth.
You know, the average bone of a Caucasian male penis is around 6, so that kind of makes sense. White dominoes and everything. I'm just saying.
That's a small penis.
That's why I'm saying. I'd say most of us have small penises.
I think it's too many dudes to be talking about penises.
Hey. Oh.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey. All right. I'll stop talking about penises. All right. So what do we got?
All right. I got double 5.
All right. Now, so there's a double 5 down on the board. All right, so can I just stop and ask a question, okay? So now, what do you got to do? Connect 5s with 5s?
Either 5 or a 4. That's the only 2 ways you can go.
So you're trying to connect.
You have to connect. And if not, then you go to the boneyard, which is all these extra dominoes, and you have to keep picking until you
kind of like a go fish almost, kind of like you're trying to find a match.
But there's X amount of bones, and so there's some math involved if you wanted to.
Right. Because each number is 7 pieces. So it's 7 6s, 7 5, 7 4, 7 3. So that being said, since we both got 7, we automatically know there's only a small amount of bones to be pulled in the deck when we're playing only 2 of them.
Now, is there any strategy to Dominoes? Like, can you play defense against the guy you're playing?
Oh, definitely. Now, you can play defense as if, like, let's say the 4 was played down, and I have 3 4s, so that makes 4 4s. So if you want to do the math, like we've been said, there's only 7 of each number, so I know there's only 3 remaining. So,
all right.
I more than likely wouldn't have a 4, so then I'd have to start taking out.
All right, I'm not going to interrupt anymore. I'm just going to commentate. It's just I'm trying to explain Dominoes to my audience here. So, yeah. Uh-oh. All right. Now, whoa. I said I wasn't going to interrupt. What does the blank space mean then?
The blanks, there's the exact same amount.
Is it wild?
No, it's the same thing. There's a blank 1, blank 2, blank 3.
It's 7 blanks, 7 1, 7 2, 7 3, 7 4s.
Okay, I'm learning now. All right, here we go. All right. I think he's going to have to go to the boneyard on this one. No, he did not. Oh, my God.
Well, yeah, of course I knew he didn't have to, but, I mean, I'm going to help him out a little bit.
Oh, this is getting kind of intense, people. All right. Oh, okay. See, now we got a 7 on a 7, right? 3 and a 3 and a 4. Ooh, double 4.
All right. Well,
wait, so does this usually happen? Nobody has had to go to the boneyard yet.
Not yet. We might have to, because we're all down to. He's got.
Oh, so we're 2 and 2 now.
Now I have to go to the boneyard because I don't have a 2 or 4, which means.
Now let me ask you, okay? Now, if you have a number that will work on the board, can you go to the boneyard?
No.
No, you can't. Okay, that was just a question.
Yeah, you have to play what's in your hand, whether you want to or not.
Oh, so now you have gone from 2, 3, 4. You've had to pick up 3 more. Oh my God. So getting down to 1, does the pressure build a little bit? Like you want to put them away?
Well, not really. That's where you gotta have like your poker face on, because he doesn't know what I got in my hand. So.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. So you gotta kind of like have that.
We don't know what's in here. We don't know what's in here. So he doesn't know technically what on the board.
Now, have you guys ever seen the movie Rain Man? The one with now he counted cards. Can people count dominoes? Like they know what's in the box?
Yes, except for these, because we don't know what these are.
So this process of elimination, because we already can count what's already on the board. Like I said, it's 7 of each bone. So if it's 3 5s, then you got 4 more left.
What type of money can be made? Like, say you guys aren't gambling, but like, well, I'm trying to be smart here, my friend. I'm saying you're not really gambling, but like, how does it usually work? Do you guys bet a hit? Like, I'm going to bet you $10 on this game. How does the gambling usually work with Dominoes?
Well, if you want to gamble on Dominoes, you're going to gamble on the game. So it depends on what the pot is, and it depends on how many players is on the game. So you can bet anywhere from $1 to $5, $10, or sometimes $100 game.
Really? So what's the biggest pot you ever seen somebody win in Dominoes?
Seen somebody win 1,000.
Damn it. Okay. All right. Game is still on here.
One more bone left. I have 1 more bone left. My partner has 2. I'm sorry. He has 4. Now, because I have any 4s or blanks, I have to go in the boneyard.
Oh.
I'm very good at it.
What's the key?
The key is
Negro Dominos.
I'm almost like that. I'm almost like.
Oh, you called it. Now let me ask you. There was a couple of them around that right there.
Shit, fuck that shit. And this is a bullshit. I go back to fucking yard.
I have no twos on the 4, so you got to go back.
And I know you got that 5, bitch.
Do not have a 5 or a 4. Now I got to go back to the boneyard because I'm just good.
Get your ass back there, man. Get the digging.
Oh, we're gonna see because
I want to see if you do have the feeling here.
Right again, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Goddamn right. Get back in the yard.
See, this is getting kind of intense now, people. Oh, see, he's up to 4, but he's up.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. See here. See what we got here.
Well, strategy here. Now, why did you lay that one down? Was that your only one?
No. I could have one. I could have multiple, but
You're not one to give away. Okay.
I can't tell him what I have in my hand yet because he still has to go to the boneyard.
All right.
But I will explain in a second why I did that.
Yeah, we'll get a post-match interview.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to call Yahtzee or anything? Jane? Yeah, you don't have to call out anything?
No.
Like Gin Rummy?
You will hear it very well at the end of this game, which I'm going to win. So let's just put it like
you had him on the ropes, and now it seems like he's ahead.
yeah, he's ahead. But one play.
Was he rope-a-doping you?
No, he wasn't rope-a-doping me because he got one left. I know it's not that 5, so I'm gonna make him pull that.
You lock it? Oh.
Whoa.
So now you have to run the table, right? Because obviously.
I have to run the table. Well, he has one more bone. And you just got to look at the board. You got to do a process of elimination to try to make him not be able to play so I can be able to keep playing so I can win, which is kind of difficult because I have 4. He has 1 remaining. So we'll see.
Now, can you read his face? Is anything telling you from his face?
No.
Okay. Oh my! The greatest comeback of all time. You kind of jinxed yourself.
I didn't really jinx myself, but when I did the count, I fucked up.
Domino. Because I had the last remaining 6s, he was already knocking on the 4s, and because he had the double blank, and this double blank was locked in, I came back, I won, like I said earlier, which I always win, because I'm better.
Once again, since you're the winner, tell people, do you have any plugs, anything you want to promote?
I want to promote right here, Bulls Liquor. Y'all come down here, have a good time. Get Fletcher and 56 right across the street from the 7-Eleven. And you get good business, get good service. And y'all come down and fuck with us.
From the Vapor Shades Hobo Fish Camp.
Man, maybe I would have way more sex partners in my life if I just threw caution to the wind.
It's the Tuttle Daily Podcast. Tuddle's Daily Podcast is brought to you by StitchYouUp.com. For your embroidery, screen printing, vinyl, and direct-to-garment printing needs, visit StitchYouUp.com. Stitch You Up specializes in custom caps, shirts, decals, and anything you want to personalize. Whether it's one item or large orders, they can handle any size. Unsure about what you want? Let Stitch You Up help you with your logo design. Visit StitchYouUp.com or contact them, Eric at StitchYouUp.com. Stitch You Up. Definitely not your grandma's embroidery. Nerd. Radio personality and hot talk satirizer. You're listening to the Tuttle Podcast.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tuttle Daily Podcast. Don't forget, tonight at 7, it is the Tuttle Daily Podcast live stream on my YouTube channel. go to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell button because, like I said, when you hit that bell button, you're going to get alerted to whenever I go live or I upload any new content. So go to youtube.com/Tuttle tonight at 7. Now, remember, Friday night, I got over there. We helped that guy move a little bit. Now, when we got back, Colton's parents, I don't want to say their last name. Well, I mean, you know their last name, but I always call them Mr. and Mrs. I'm always respectful. You know, a lot of Colton's friends ask, why don't you call Colton's parents by their first names and stuff? And I'm like, that's not how it's done, people. I was taught older people, not older people, but your elders, you respect them. I'm not going to call somebody's parents, especially somebody that I'm friends with, by their first name. I think it's disrespectful as hell. It really, really is. And I would like to hear from you guys. I mean, am I right or am I wrong? Is it rude if you're friends with somebody and their parents are there to call them by their first name? You can email me, Tuttle@gmail.com, or leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. But back to what I was saying, so we get back there, Colton's parents have their good friends that live in the neighborhood where they live at. We call this guy Custer. Well, they call him Uncle Custer. It's not even like a real uncle, but he's just so close to the family, they call him Uncle Custer. And they were having a good old time. Uncle Custer came out to the garage after we had got done moving to hang out. And let's say he was a little inebriated. But I got to tell you, this is the thing about it. Big guys do not get hungover. Big guys, they can just hold their liquor. But he was kind of, and the reason I say they can hold it, he had a tea time the next morning at like 7 o'clock to play golf. And it was like 1, maybe 1:30. He came out to the garage and I was like, all right, I'm going to take advantage of this. I am going to get some of this audio. So here's just a little example of what type of shape Uncle Custer was in. All right, so I'm coming out here right now. I'm missing out on too much great content. I had to come out here. So now you're fine. What can I call you? Custer? Cuss. I'll call you Cuss. So you finally learned how to listen to my podcast and subscribe to.
Absolutely.
Okay. Right.
Thank you.
All right. So what are we doing tonight? Are you having a good time?
I have an awesome time.
Yeah.
Tuddle'S back in Tampa Bay, where Tom Brady just won a championship.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
Did you go to the parade?
Absolutely not. I had to work that day, but.
What do you think about that woman that wants an apology from Tom Brady for throwing the trophy?
Fuck her.
Yeah.
You know what? Guess what? You've been sitting there freaking getting free trophies, buying it. You know what? We can just decide next year's trophy, we're not going to buy it from the silversmiths.
It's Tiffany.
You know what? There's no contract or anything like that says that we have to buy it from Tiffany.
Yeah, nobody made a big deal when Gronk bunted the.
Exactly. You know, because that was number 6, but.
Yeah, I know. So, all right. So, did you win the big money on the truck race tonight? Monopoly.
Absolutely not. Colton did.
Colton did? No.
Yeah, Colton got the number.
Oh, your wife did. Now, do you get half of that? Yeah.
No, my wife, no. What's hers. What's mine is hers.
So. That's kind of how it works, man. I know. How long you been married?
30 years.
What's the key? What's the key?
Block her out.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I mean, she's always right. So don't argue.
All right, so you guys are going to Bristol. I told you I'm going to try to get you.
The truck race.
The dirt, on the dirt, right?
On the dirt, yeah. Yep.
That'll be cool. All right, well, I just want to come out and say hi. I appreciate you subscribing to the podcast and stuff?
Um,
What show did you like me the best on?
Every show you've been on, you bring content.
All right, cool. All right.
That's all I.
But if you had to rank them, though.
If I have to rank them, I'll say back in the day at the Monsters, but
I did some good stuff with Bubba.
and local and stuff like that. I'll say Bubba and stuff like that. But there's
I worked with Drew Garabo, too.
Drew Garabo, freaking SBK.
Yeah, SBK was the best man at my wedding.
I know, but if you think about those guys,
Yeah.
they're on the radio.
Yeah.
They're not.
Well, I mean, I will be. I'll be back on.
I know, but you know what? They're dicks.
All right. Well, thank you. I thank you for the encouragement. Now, if you've ever taken Adderall, sometimes it hits just a little differently, especially when you're on a long car drive. And I had a lot of great ideas on that car drive because, like I said, the Adderall was just hitting a little differently. And my idea was, because, the Daytona 500 was last week. They were in Daytona again this weekend, which that was an amazing road course race. And I had a great idea. As the Tuttle Daily podcast grows more and more and more, I want to step up my game. And I want to create a mobile podcasting studio. Maybe like a Sprinter van. It doesn't even have to be new. It just has to be something that's reliable, something big enough that I could build a studio, build like a little board there, be able to just go mobile. And I want to wrap it. I know a person that can wrap the mobile podcasting studio. Now, I want to treat it just like NASCAR, okay? I want to get a main sponsor. Like a main sponsor that's on the hood or the door. I'll let the main sponsor choose wherever they want to put their logo on the mobile podcast studio, the Tuttle Daily Podcast mobile studio. Because you got to think about this, guys. The content is endless. And then you sell some of these like little mini sponsorships. Whatever spot that the main one didn't take, you get a secondary sponsor. Okay, we'll give you the hood. And then all these NASCAR drivers on their cars, they got these like other little minor like third tier sponsors that get logos there. And also, by the way, it's going to be logoed up, Tuttle Daily Podcast, the website, every place you can find me on social media. But then what I want to do is like get those sponsors up there because I'm going to go to these large events. Could you imagine if I would have went to the Bucks parade in the Tuttle Daily Podcast mobile studio, how many people's eyes would have seen your logo on my mobile podcasting studio? I go and cover an event, a rally. Could you imagine, like, when the Black Lives Matter protest was going on? I would have been out there with my mobile podcasting studio. I don't know if that would have been good, because probably all of that equipment that my new sponsors that are on the outside of the Tuttle Daily Podcast mobile studio, that probably all would have been gone. And I'm not saying that, because they're minorities, they're going to steal my equipment. No, I'm just saying they were just causing all types of chaos and havoc. Same thing goes for the assholes, the racist rednecks carrying the Confederate flag through the Capitol building. Yeah, that didn't even happen back in the Civil War, guys. Think about that. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're interested, or you got a van around that is reliable, that's big enough, and you got to think about this, I'm going to have a blow-up mattress because maybe some nights I maybe want to sleep somewhere, and I can pull out the blow-up mattress and sleep on that, and then get back to driving. So email me, Tuttle@gmail.com, or leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. Help me out with any of the stuff. If you guys want to help me out, I've been telling you this as well, too. there's a couple of ways you can help me. You can tell everybody about the show, help it grow, or you can go to my PayPal account, paypal.me/Tuttle on the radio. I don't even care if it's $1. If you want to sponsor, you want to get your logo or your business on my mobile podcasting studio, email me, tuttle@gmail.com, or you can leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. And once again, my PayPal is paypal.me/Tuttle on the radio. All that money is going to go into creating the Tuttle Daily Podcast mobile studio. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Hope you guys are being safe, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
And that's the show for today. Thanks for listening to the Tuttle Daily Podcast. Hey, don't be a dickhead. Do us a favor. Like, share, and subscribe to the show. Also, check out the Tuttle category at 315live.com. The Tuttle Daily Podcast is brought to you by the Vapor Shades Hobo Fish Camp. You want some cool-ass sunglasses? Check out vaporshades.com. Also brought to you by Starfire Transport, StitchYouUp.com, PocketPairClub.com. Special thanks to show intern Hannah and Charlie Alamo for their contributions. Additional imaging and production is provided by CCA Productions. Facebook.com/CCA Productions Presents. Show voiceover service is brought to you by JCVoiceover.com. That guy's got a damn sexy voice. You should hire him. Check out jcvoiceover.com. If you want to help support the show, go to paypal.me/Tuttle on the radio. Comments? Concerns? Or do you just want to let Tuttle know he's being a dickhead? Tuttle@gmail.com. That's Tuttle with 2 D's @gmail.com. Leave a voicemail at 407-270-3044. To follow all of Tuttle's social media, go to Tuttle.net. Thanks again for all your support, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Tuttle Daily Podcast.
Hey, yo, Terry, what going on?